This is probably the worst idea I've ever had, but we're gonna do it anyways. Everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I know what you're thinking. I look weird. That's because I shaved my beard. You probably don't like it. I don't really either, but I made a bet with myself and I won, I guess. So I had to live up to it. It'll grow back, but we're back. And GBC sent us some tires, and it's kind of funny how it came up. I was filming a video. I sent a picture, posted a picture on Instagram of a tire that I blew, and I can't remember. I said I was interested in destroying tires or something, and GBC popped up and said, hey, challenge accepted, we'll send you some tires. So they sent me some GBC XC Masters to try to destroy. The only thing they really requested is that I use the recommended PSI in the tires. Asked them what that was. They said to reference the sidewall of the tire. The sidewall says, you know, set the bead at a max, 36 PSI. I only had to take it to 20 before they popped on the bead, which was nice. And then it says refer to your owner's manual. So I'm assuming Yamaha's owner's manual. And Yamaha says anywhere from 4 PSI up to 38. So I normally run 4 in the rear and 5 or 6 in the front. But today, just to be a little on the safe side, I've got 7 in the rear and 7 in the front. It's going to be a little stiff, but the rear had a little weird shape from shipping. You know how they crush these tires sometimes. So got them up at 7. We'll ride around for a while. If they're a little too stiff, maybe take them down a little, but I'm not going to take them down much. I want to give them a fair chance. I mean, they are good tires. Pros run them in XC races all the time. So I don't want to sabotage it by no means. But we'll ride them around, get the shape good to them right now. They look pretty good right now. The shape's pretty nice. They look a little rounded out, and that's because I have dual bead locks on the rear instead of the singles, and so it kind of makes them ballooned out a little more. The fronts I'm not too worried about. I've had GBC fronts before. I really like I always call it the Maxxis Razor 2 tread pattern. I don't know if they came out with it first or not. Obor does that tread pattern with a little bit different H's, GBC, Sun F, Maxxis, all those guys. I love those style of front tires. They're my favorite. GBC is run a little different in sizing. These are 22s. I really like 22s in the front. A lot of guys run 21s. I noticed that the 21s pitch the front end a little hard, and when I'm going down hills fast, I don't like it as much. These, we'll measure these later. We'll get into that later. I didn't want to do like a real in-depth review of the tires. I wanted to do more of a torture test, but while that might be entertaining, information wise, it would be better if I do a review on the tires, but I'll do both. So we're gonna go get a ride review, basically just kind of get warmed up. I haven't ridden at the house by myself in a long time, so we're gonna do that some, get a feel for the tires, get a good opinion on them. Then we'll do a little bit of torture testing, and then we'll come back and do some measurements and see how they stack up to some other tires I got in the shop. But I want to thank GBC very much for sending these tires. I think that's awesome that you guys were just like, hey, challenge accepted, bring it on. I love that. So a company that stands by their product, I really enjoy that. So I'm going to get suited up, and then we'll hit the trail. Alrighty, guys. So I've got Jesse's helmet on. I don't know what the mic sounds like with me wearing it. I don't know how the camera angle is. I checked it a little bit. I've got his helmet on because I took a pretty hard spill on the Raptor and bumped my head pretty good, and I should probably change my helmet. It's been a while, so I'm good now. Had to take a break, but and they slide good. We haven't ridden at the house here in a long time, except for Top Quad, and we didn't get to ride by ourselves. So kind of going to take it back to my roots and have a fun, fast last video and get to feeling these tires. Haven't got to rip the YFC for a while. So you guys might have noticed the direction that I had the front tires facing. They're not directional on the GBCs. Other tires they are. The GBCs, I've heard the recommendation is, you know, arrows pointing like they're rolling forwards for better steering, and then looking like they're pointing backwards for better braking. I've never had a big issue with steering, but when it gets slimy, you tend to not be able to stop with the front brakes very well, so I figured I'd put them in the braking configuration. I can tell they're biting pretty good in the front. The backs seem they're definitely loose in corners a little bit. The fronts are nice, they're like pointing and shooting. They whip around pretty good, but you can feel them bite. Right when they need to. Gosh, it feels good to be back on the 450. Heck yeah, boys. And also, since the last time I did this, gosh, I've probably lost, I don't know, my total weight loss journey, I've lost about 65 pounds. So I'm quite a bit smaller than I used to be, and all of this feels a lot better. I feel faster. Oh yeah. There's a lot of leaves and stuff out, but it is pretty dry. Dirt and everything, pretty dusty. So far they feel pretty good. They're a little stiff, but like I said, I aired them up higher than I normally would, just to make sure I don't slash them or nothing. I didn't want to sabotage the tires because of my preference. Go right. I'm having no trouble breaking them loose, that's for sure. They stand up on that one. Heck yeah. I like it. Alright guys, if you don't know, July 1st, 2023, about a month away, me, Michael Sabo, Pete Hager, and a bunch of other small creators will be at the Badlands to hang out, have a great time, ride a little bit, talk, have fun. Badlands are putting on a ton of events. It's going to be a hell of a party. Make sure you come out, hang out, and make a whole day of it. Badlands has lodging, although it might be booked up now. It's going to be a big event. I would love to meet everybody that comes out. Alright, we got some tough hills that require good tires in the back. Might as well give it a shot, right? I climbed it with the O-bores. Wow. Alright. I'll be honest, that's probably the easiest I've ever climbed that hill. I don't know if it's because I cleaned some of the leaves off the other day or what. I might just have to say it's these GBCs. Man, they're kind of best of both worlds here. Sliding good. Let's go up this hill, see if I can keep it between the navigational buoys. This is the top quad 3 hill climb. Yeah, that's a little faster than a Trailblazer, let me tell you. Woo! Coming in hot, no problem. Oh shit. Fifth gear's too fast for that one. Let's take the old creek run back. Top quad favorite. See how the 450 does in here. Some deer. Sorry, deer. Try to intentionally drift in these rocks. See if we can tear something up. I can barely hold on to this thing. Holy crap. Oh. Big rock. This is probably the worst idea I've ever had. but we're gonna do it anyways. That was pretty ridiculous. If that ain't gonna slash a tire, I don't know what will. I would have to fabricate something that you're not gonna really experience on normal trails. A good place to test these tires would be the Badlands, which I'll run them July 1st. Or Aspen Acres is a really nice place to, got some rocky stuff over there too. Well, you know, the tires that I popped, they were, I don't know, 8 months old maybe. Not quite a whole season out of them for sure. And I popped one. I have one spot where I think that I popped them that we can go and try out. I don't know that it popped them, but we'll try. So they weren't old tires by no means, but they had some life on them. Had a little bit of time on them, I mean. But the tires I normally run are ITP Whole Shot HDs in the rear. The fronts, it's GBC or Obor or Maxxis, this tread pattern. But the ones in the rear, I have a set that's about 8 years old now, and they have at least 6 full seasons on them. The tread's not as strong as it used to be, but I still have not popped one at all, and I'm doing dumb shit like this. Not quite like this, but yeah, I'm impressed. Let's try one more shot, and then we'll go to the shop and take some measurements and do a little bit of a review. Shit. Whoops, got a little rowdy on that one. Knocked my seat off. About tossed me. That's funny. I'm not sure what I hit. A little bit of everything. It's a rough spot, and that's why, like, that's where I popped it. I'm pretty sure that's where I popped the tire last time, was right here, because I come through there pretty hard. I've never had that happen though. I think I aimed for the rocks a little too hard. All right, let's go back to the shop. All right, guys, I know this is probably overkill because after all, it is just tires, but something that I have, the only complaint that I really have for GBC tires is the size. So we're at the highest knobby, pretty level. It's hard to hold this and film and everything with one hand. They're supposed to be 22 inches in diameter. Oop, I'm messing with my level too much. And we're sitting at like 21 1/4. And that tire is actually 21 1/2. So there's a 1/4 inch difference between the two. They're at 7 PSI, which is higher than I really like to run them, but I ran them today and I kind of like it. And just for a frame of reference, I got the Raptor over here, which currently has my Obor tires on it. And if we lay them across knobbies together, keep it off the shock over there. Off the shock. I need to spread them out a little bit, but they're both on high knobbies there. And you can see our bubble is off. This is actually our GBC tire that's 21.5. And if I remember right, this one was like 22.25 or something like that, which right now it doesn't quite look like it's a 3/4 of an inch difference. And to be completely honest, most of the time you won't even notice it. But the one thing I did one time is, and the reason I've kind of given GBC a hard time, or guys who run them a hard time in the past, is when I first got the YFC, the first thing I bought for it was a set of beadlocks and some GBC front tires. And everybody goes, 21s, 21s, 21s. You got to get 21s. And that was the stock size on the YFC. I've always ran 22s on my Hondas and stuff, so I was like, all right, I'll try a 21. Throw a 21 on there, and they measured like 20.25. And pitching downhill, when you're really locking up the front brakes and stuff, you really feel like you're falling over the bars. And then I talk to guys, and they're like, well, that's why you get a lowering kit and all this. And I'm like, guys, I'm killing ground clearance really quickly. You're talking, oh, well, your front's too low, just lower the back. It's like, no, I'm heavy. I need some ground clearance. I can't set it too low or I'm going to be smacking off of stuff all the time. So I've always liked 22s. So if you get GBCs, in my opinion, definitely get 22s because you know they're probably going to be a little bit smaller. And maybe it's just the batch that I have. I will say they are not near as bad as some of the other brands in the business for sure. Like Sun F, they have some super small tires. Like so small. One other thing you can do, guys talk about contact patch a lot with rear tires. And these rear tires are supposed to be 20 by 11 by 9. So 9-inch rim, 20 inches tall, and 11 across the top. Now, it doesn't always mean it's going to be 11-inch tread pattern, but we would all like to hope that it would be. So I'm going to put it on the edge of this knobby the best I can with one hand, hold it still, and we're about 10 inches of tread pattern on an 11-inch tire. So, I mean, you would like it to be 11, you know. This is another 20 by 11. This is a Kenda, actually, that they sent us for top quad on the edge of the tread there. And it's right at 10 inches, too. I think, woo, it is hot outside. I think the only company that has a true 11-inch tread pattern, contact patch, whatever you want to say, is the ITP Whole Shot HDs. And that's one of my favorite, it is my favorite rear tire. I don't know if it's because of that. They just seem big, meaty, and nasty. I know they're not the best for motocross. They're super heavy, and they bite a little too much. At the end of the day, guys, I am super impressed with these GBC tires. They've definitely changed my opinion on them for sure. I feel a lot better running them. I think I'll keep running them on the 450 until I think I'm going to the Badlands soon. Then we're going to the Badlands again in July 1st. Have a big event there, and maybe I'll ride these for the season. Ride on these GBC tires for the season and see how they last me, and then I'll give an update at the end of the season, and yeah, give you some honest opinion on it. Thanks again, GBC. I'm glad you guys stepped up to the challenge. You win, I guess, because I didn't tear up your tires. I appreciate it. I love a company that's willing to step up and say, hey, this is what our product is, and I want you to beat on it, try to tear it up. I don't think you can. So that's awesome. That's really, really cool. I've had companies that I said, hey, I want to beat on your stuff. And they were like, no, I don't think so. It's like, okay, chicken. Like, come on. All right, guys, that's enough rambling. Thanks for watching. Go check out the Badlands. I don't know if you need to reserve places to stay, hotels. I don't know. Figure it out. It's coming up quick. Go to phager.com. He's got some sick shirts. michaelsabo.com. He's got some sick shirts. As always, go watch their channels. Go watch my friends. Tyrese, he's I think he's in a low right now. Kind of busy with work and everything. He's going to get back into it. But we're going to have more great content coming to you between the four of us. It's going to be a busy year. More Top Quads in the makes. So go watch Top Quad 3. Get it boosted in the algorithm. Let's have a good time. And stay safe and have fun this year.